Welcome to Game Guys. I'm your host Bricks, and the topic of today's video is going to be how to play the support role in Hell Let Loose. First off, I'd like to give a special shout out to our friends at Team Asylum Gaming for helping with content and allowing us to use their server. They're a growing community welcoming new and veteran players alike, so check them out on their Discord at discord.gg/teamasylum. Now let's get into the video. So what is the support role? Well, in layman's terms, it is what it sounds like. It's a highly specialized role whose job is to support the rest of the squad. The support role is highly sought after, and its primary function is to drop off supplies for other squad members, especially the squad leader. The squad leader can then use these supplies to put garrisons in different places along the map as long as they're 200 meters apart, so make sure that when you're placing your supplies that you're looking around to see where other garrisons and other supplies already exist. Another note on dropping supplies is that they come in bundles of 50. And it takes 50 to create a garrison and resource nodes. So make sure you're communicating with your squad leader and the rest of your squad so that someone doesn't put up the wrong thing, because your supplies do have a 5-minute cooldown. You used to be able to redeploy, now you gotta wait 5 minutes. You can't even switch roles with anybody. If you want to shorten that time though, first node you need to put up is a manpower node. And we'll go more into nodes in another video, but if you put a manpower node up, there's a yellow ring around that node as soon as it's created. And if you're inside of that ring, it gives you a 2.5-minute tick, so it knocks half the timer off for you to resupply on your supplies. The support role is also limited to having one set of supplies or one box of supplies down at any given time. So you may want to drop 50 supplies and then you wait your 5 minutes and then you think you can drop 50 more, but you cannot do that. So make sure that you're having those supplies used as quickly as possible after placing them. So a little while earlier we talked about finding supplies on the map and garrisons so that you know how to put them 200 meters away. The icon for supplies is a small white box that has a shovel and a hammer crossed inside of it. Squad leads and engineers should always have their eyes open for the supply symbol, but if you see it and they don't, make sure you're letting your squad lead know or letting your engineer know so that they can put down a garrison or put down the node. You would be blown away to learn just how often it is that squad leads pass right over supplies without putting a garrison down, or engineers without putting a node down. We've talked about what squad leaders can do with supplies, which is pretty much just putting a garrison down, but what can engineers do? What can AT do? Well, before I get too far into that, keep in mind that almost every single role or every single class has a hammer to help build any of these things that we're about to talk about, but let's get into it. Anti-tank can only make an anti-tank gun. I say only, but that's actually a really huge asset depending on what map you are on and how many tanks are active on the battlefield. The anti-tank guns, while they can get blown up in one shot by a tank, they can prove highly effective if put in the right location. However, please do realize that firing an anti-tank gun does use the commander's munition resource. We'll talk a lot more in depth about resources and usage and nodes in a later video, but just keep that in mind whenever you're placing your anti-tank gun down. Engineers, on the other hand, have a plethora of things that they can make with your supplies. We're going to go more in depth with engineers and how to play the role and what they can do in a later video, but some of the things they can make are the resource nodes we've been talking about: munitions, manpower, and fuel. That helps you get tanks, helps you get airheads, and other commander abilities. Those cost 50 a pop, so those you can put down supplies for and they can take care of. Other things that engineers can make take a lot more supplies, and they can be upgraded to where they take 100 up to 200 supplies sometimes to do an upgrade. And that's things like your barricades or your walls or tank traps, things like that. Engineers have a lot of things that they can do to help you and your team fortify a base or even make hasty cover while on the move. The last thing I wanted to cover about the support class role is the fact that you have different loadouts. The second loadout that you get on the support role, depending on whether you're German or you're American, your gun may change. You may get the grease gun or you may get a MP40, but keep in mind you will be the only class that can give explosive ammo. Explosive ammo is crucial, especially if you're trying to follow an AT guy to go take out a tank and he misses one rocket. You're the one that can give them explosive ammo to resupply their smoke grenades, frag grenades, rockets, anything along those lines. So make sure you try to not only play and enjoy support and jump on and help the team, but also make sure you're trying to level it up so that you can be more tactical on the team as well. Thank you for watching our video today on support roles in Hell Let Loose. We hope you enjoyed the content and maybe even learned something. So if you did, hit that like and subscribe to check out our future videos and some exclusive game key giveaways for Hell Let Loose and for other games that we're going to be premiering. Thank you again, and until next time, see ya in game.